Hello, my dear children. Can we continue the chapter Food to Live? We were discussing about alimentary canal in our body. The parts where food moves is called alimentary canal. There are 5 parts in the alimentary canal: mouth, esophagus or food pipe, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. The first part in the alimentary canal is the mouth. There is a gland in the mouth, salivary gland. That salivary gland will produce saliva. So while chewing, the food will mix with the saliva and the starch which is present in the food will be digested and it is converted into, starch is converted into sugar by saliva. This we have discussed in the previous class. So we understood that slow eating and proper chewing is very important for our digestion. The second part is the esophagus or food pipe. That is the pipe which is connecting the mouth and stomach. So while swallowing the food will move through the esophagus. Okay, that type of movement, the slow, the special movement through this alimentary canal, especially in these esophagus, is called peristalsis. That we can discuss later. There is a special movement through the food pipe. So we will chew the food in the mouth. The food will become soft. Then we will swallow the food. Food will move through the esophagus and reach the stomach. That movement is a special movement. Okay. So after that the food will be in our stomach. Today we can study what will happen to the food in the stomach. Growling. Have you experienced a sound in your stomach when you are hungry? Not only hungry, after eating also sometimes you may hear the sound from your stomach. That sound is called growling. And we told that the movement of food through the esophagus, after swallowing the food will pass through the esophagus and reach to the stomach. So that movement of food through this alimentary canal is called peristalsis. I have underlined the term there, peristalsis. That is the movement of food through this alimentary canal. So after peristalsis, the food reaches to stomach. The food means the partially digested food. Already our digestion started from the mouth. The starch in the food is digested. Okay, then we swallow it. Swallowing time, the gas particles also will reach to the stomach. So gas, partially digested food and liquid will go through the stomach. And what will happen to the food in the stomach? We can listen by the experiment done by Dr. Beaumont. Alexius Saint Martin was a Canadian voyager. He was a boatman shipping furs from port to port. One day, he was standing outside a trading post. A shotgun misfired from 3 feet away and hits Martin in the lower left ribs. An army doctor, William Beaumont, was called. William examined his wound and found that a portion of his lungs was damaged, leaving a hole in the stomach. William tried his best to cure Martin's wound. His wound healed, but the hole never filled. His stomach hole was so bad that food would come out as he eats. Martin was very poor and wasn't able to work. One year later, all public funds were also running out. So William gave him an offer that he would pay for his food. Only if he lets him do research on him. At that time, people didn't know much about digestion. So William used it as an opportunity. And performed 238 experiments on him over the years. He discovered many basic facts of gastric physiology. His research is still important till this day. Martin lived a long life with that hole, but in poverty. He died at the age of 78 in 1880. After his experiment, we all came to know many about the digestion process in our stomach. The stomach contains an acid. I have underlined the acid name here, hydrochloric acid. The acid produced in our stomach is hydrochloric acid. Then the food passes to the small intestine. Small intestine is the largest part of alimentary canal. You can see here it is the coiled part in our alimentary canal. It is the largest part. This small intestine contains two very important glands in our body. Liver and pancreas are the glands which is present in the small intestine. Can you locate liver and pancreas in the given diagram? Small intestine is the largest part of the alimentary canal and it contains the glands liver and pancreas. Do you know that liver is the largest gland in our body and pancreas is the second largest gland in our body? Both the glands are present in the small intestine, which is helping for digestion process. And one more speciality about small intestine is, in small intestine, the digestion is completed. Okay, our digestion started from the mouth. It continue in the stomach. It will be completed in the small intestine. And after the digestion, the nutrients will be released. the nutrients are released like glucose, amino acid. These nutrients are absorbed by small intestine. Okay, so four specialities. One is small intestine is the largest part of alimentary canal. Second point, small intestine contain the largest gland liver and the second largest gland pancreas. And the third point, the digestion is completed in the small intestine. And the fourth point is the digested food are absorbed by small intestine. It will absorb the nutrients and pass to the blood. Then what is the function of large intestine? Small intestine absorb the nutrients from the digested food. Now the undigested food, the remaining part of the food will go to large intestine. Where does the remaining part of the food go? The remaining part of the food moves to large intestine. While moving, the large intestine will absorb water from the remaining food particle. Otherwise, we can call as waste. Okay. So, small intestine to the large intestine, the remaining food particle will move. While moving, the large intestine will absorb water from the food waste. And finally, the waste particle will store in the anus. Can you locate anus here? Anus is the last part of the large intestine. The waste particles stored at the end of the intestine, large intestine, are passed through the anus. There is a table given in the textbook page number 109. In the first column, they have given the types of food items. In the second column, the digestion time in the stomach. So you just understand which food item will digest fast. We know that fruits and vegetables will digest fast. So you can understand from this table, it takes only less time for the digestion process. Then we will get energy fast. But the non-veg items like beef, chicken, these and all will take more hours for the digestion process. Below the table, how much time will the following food be in the stomach? So we know that the digestion process is happening in the stomach. After the digestion only the stomach will release the food particle to the small intestine. So here three food items are given. That means the breakfast, lunch and dinner. You need to calculate the time record digestion in the stomach. The first one, breakfast with puttu and peas masala. So puttu means it is made up of rice. So you can see from the table, it will take 1.5 hours for the digestion of rice. So puttu also will take that much time. And peas masala. How much time is required for peas for the digestion? It is also 1.5 to 2 hours. So you can calculate how much time is required for the digestion of this food item in our stomach. Like that, calculate the lunch and dinner also. If one takes the second food without interval for digestion of the previous food, what happens to the first food? You just imagine your stomach is full. You have ate your uh, breakfast at 8 o'clock, and again after 1 hour you are eating some snacks. What will be happening to your digestive system? The digestion of the first food will not happen properly. The second food will move there, it will push the first food from the alimentary canal. Without digestion, the food will move in our alimentary canal. So, a certain time interval is needed between your food habits. So, eating continuously is not good for our digestion. You may hear the advice to take raw vegetables and fruits. Do you know why? This food item, that means the vegetables and fruits, contain fibers, which is indigestible part. It will not digest. It will not give any energy to our body. But fibers are very important for the movement of food in our alimentary canal. You just imagine a food item which is lacking this fiber. For example, maida. That food item is lacking this fiber. So, how will be the movement of that food in our alimentary canal? It will move slowly, it will stuck in our alimentary canal. Then we will not feel to eat other food item because the food is still there in our alimentary canal. It is not completely moved to the next part. So we need to include fiber containing food in our daily food diet. Okay, we need to include the fiber. Then only the movement of food will be correct. Then the alimentary canal will be clean. So there is a question in page number 110 to write some food items which are rich in fiber content. Can you give some example like fruits and vegetables, mango, jackfruit? Like you can give some of the examples of fiber containing food. And one more thing is there about fiber. You know that fiber is helping for the movement of food in our alimentary canal. So extra fiber can avoid constipation. So the waste food will also remove from our body. It will not store in our body. So if you are including fiber in our daily life, then the extra this wastage of food will not be there in our large intestine. It will remove from our body. Can we understand about the nutrition in plants? Do you know that plants are preparing food? You may thinking that we are also preparing food. But we are preparing food by depending on plants. We are eating plant products. If there is no plants, we cannot make our food. We are omnivorous animals. We are eating both plants and animals. So, we are preparing food by using the plants. Then how the plants are preparing food? You look at this diagram. Plants needed only three things for prepare its food. One is carbon dioxide, which is plenty in the air. Okay, the carbon dioxide will be taken by the leaf. Leaf is the kitchen of the plant. Okay, from the leaf only the cooking process will takes place. Leaf is the kitchen of the plant. Okay, so carbon dioxide is needed, which is there in the air, which will be taken through the leaf. Okay, and water is needed, water is there in our soil. So, with the help of root, plants will absorb the water from the soil and the water will reach the leaf. Two ingredients are there. Now, what is needed for cook these two ingredients? Heat energy that will get from the sunlight. Okay, so carbon dioxide and water will be cooked by using the light energy from the sunlight. After cooking, this carbon dioxide and water will be changed into two other products. One is carbohydrate, that is glucose. Okay, after the process, plants will prepare glucose, one of the carbohydrate. Okay, and one more product it will be released, that is oxygen. So now did you understand from where we are getting oxygen? We are getting oxygen from the plants. While cooking their food, plants are releasing oxygen. Green plants make their own food. Listen, children. Green plants, not all the plants. Green plants only can make their own food. Mushroom is not green in color. It is also a plant. It cannot prepare their own food. So green plants make their own food. What is the process called? The process is photosynthesis. Green plants make their own food by the process called photosynthesis. Photo means light. Synthesis means to make. So green plants making food in the presence of light energy. So there is a question in your textbook. What is the process called? So write it there, photosynthesis. There is an activity given in your textbook to prove that oxygen is released while preparation of food by the green plants. Can we observe the activity now? Materials required for the activity are a beaker, glass funnel, test tube, glowing splinter, and a aquatic plant, the plant which lives in water. So here we have selected hydrilla plant. Place a water plant like hydrilla in the glass funnel and place the funnel with the water plant in the beaker. Fill the beaker with pond water. Take a test tube full of water and invert it over the funnel. Place the entire apparatus in the sunlight for more than 1 hour. Small colorless gas bubbles are come out from chara plants or hydrilla plant. Any water plant. Now you can see the presence of gas bubbles here. Gas bubbles are collected at the end of the test tube. Carefully remove the test tube without entering the air. Test the gas in the test tube by glowing splinter. Stick glows vigorously. It indicates that gas is oxygen. Oxygen gas helps for firing. So we can understand that oxygen gas is collected in the test tube. There are two questions in your textbook which is related to this activity. Why is the bubble coming out? Can you predict the answer? Which gas filled in the test tube? So these two answers you need to write in the textbook with pencil and we can discuss in the live session. You know, how do plants help to protect life on earth? From this activity we understood while preparing the food by the plants, plants are releasing oxygen. That oxygen gas is important for breathing in all living organism which is provided by green plants.